Because last night, a report appeared from a Qatari newspaper called Al Watan, and they said Sheikh Jassim has won. He is going to be the next Manchester United owner. This news spread all around the world. Everybody got excited. Manchester United have got new Qatari owners. And also, people thought that Al Watan, the newspaper, one of its owners was Sheikh Jassim's father, apparently, which added more weight to this report. Now, this morning, I think people at Al Watan have woken up and seen how big this story has become, and they've gone, hey, hold on a second. First of all, we are not owned by Sheikh Jassim's father. He has nothing to do with us. And secondly, this story that we put out last night was not our own exclusive. We were just taking it off stuff that we'd read in the European media, and we translated it into Arabic. So that is why the share price went up by around, I think, 10%. It spiked. And the share price is still pretty high. At the moment, I think it's something like $22, which is almost double what it was when the Glazers first announced that they were thinking of selling Manchester United. But look, United supporters will want an update on what is happening with the takeover. Is anything happening? Are we closer to any resolution? We've checked with all sides, with all our sources, and they're telling us no update at the moment.
It just started from the point that we needed a stadium which befitted the stature of Manchester United. And Manchester United, I mean, obviously, there's a degree of bias because I was brought up in Manchester. I've always been a fan of Manchester United, but I think it is the greatest football club in the world. It's certainly the most well-known football club in the world, and it needs a stadium of that stature, I think. It's more challenging, obviously, to build a stadium of 100,000, but I think the UK needs a stadium of that sort of presence, and the north of England, I think, is the best place to build it. And I just think it will become recognised throughout the world. Yeah. And at the end of the day, that will also help Manchester United, obviously. In my view, it is the world's favourite club. It is the world's biggest club. And I think, because this is bias, I think it's the world's best club. It's obviously had a difficult period for the last 12 years, but it deserves to have the finest stadium in the world, in my view, and that is very much my objective in building a new stadium, that it's the most iconic, it's the biggest, it's the most iconic, it's the most recognisable stadium in the world. I think that will hugely benefit Manchester United, but it will also hugely benefit that region, which obviously I'm very close to. It is where the world discovered manufacturing. The Industrial Revolution started in southern Manchester. Old Trafford is where... I mean, the reason Old Trafford is built where it is because the workers could walk to the ground. There was no public transport 150 years ago. So historically, it's a very significant part of the world. It is run down today. So I think